Tuesday, July 15th. Sorry, so late, 2:26 p.m. And none of the strategies are turned on, so I've got basic candlesticks, red and green, on all of the daily bars. But we have had a very important day today. It is my opinion that this is the beginning today of a breakdown, I think, in the E-mini to probably at least about 6102 and very possibly 5950 in the next, maybe by the end of the month, couple of weeks. We had some bearish engulfings. We have had some bearish ER red sell signals in the Russell. We have new historic highs and a bad close with engulfings. And I had a lot of ER sell signals from my strategy I'm running every day, which I do not show you. But when I have large numbers of bullish or bearish signals in one day, it usually is the beginning of a move, in this case, down. So, bad close, lower on the day, almost an outside down day, well below previous highs on the E-mini, and just simply a bad close. Let me see if I can pull this down. Yep, that's better. So we're now touching support, but I don't think it's going to hold. I think maybe the next day or two, we will be closing below, let's see if this number is 6240. Next, look how much of a break we had starting at approximately on the opening. It dropped off, fiddled around, tried to bottom out, and in the last several minutes and into the extended time for the E-mini, the extra hour, after 1 o'clock California time, dropped off even a lot more. We have a bearish engulfing almost also in the SPY after new historic highs on the opening. Not good. Big break. Next, we closed very poorly on the low of the day, back below the old highs on the QQQ. Not as bad price action as the others we just looked at, E-mini and SPY, but not good. And the break wasn't quite as bad on the QQQ. And the NASDAQ actually closed higher than where it opened, but that was yesterday afternoon, remember, at 3 o'clock California time. But it closed well below the old historical highs when it got way up above them and couldn't stay there. I keep telling you that is not usually good news. Bearish. Not a reversal, not an official signal. It's just something that the market does when it starts to go lower, usually. No guarantee, that's for sure. Next, whoops, reformat, big break in the NASDAQ. Now we did actually have a bearish engulfing in the YM New York. I don't believe, it's not going to turn red because we weren't overbought within the number of back days, but we were oversold. Sorry, overbought about a week and a half ago. There have been no higher highs since then and lower lows, and now we have a new low and a new low close after a rally on the opening that made a high above yesterday. Bearish engulfing usually produces a move down next day or two or three. Big break here on the 1 minute YM. The Russell did have an official ER sell signal. It's red if I was running my strategy. I have to work on this. For some reason, I've got a problem. And NinjaTrader here, it's lost my strategies. I'm going to spend a few minutes doing all these charts. Re-entering the strategy takes maybe 15 minutes to do that. So you will see tomorrow a red bearish engulfing for today's activity. Sell signal, and I fully expect this to drop off a substantial amount in the next few days. And here is the 1-minute data. Now, bonds still going down. New low closed, but it's very close to being oversold. And it's very close to this, well, it already reached the area that I thought it might, and I said this yesterday probably, about 112 or a hair under. So I'm looking for a little bit more now. I suppose it could challenge the lows that we've seen so far. That would be down around 110 flat. Another 2 points, basically. Notes. A new low again. New low close by a long shot. Probably going to drop off to about 109.27. I wouldn't be surprised to see 109.15. If that doesn't hold, then we got lower. Next. We've got an outside, no, we didn't have a bearish engulfing yesterday in the crude oil, but we did have a lousy close after a new high. Not good, especially if it was a historic high like that one. I don't know that that's historic, but it's certainly a very long period of time. So, on our way down to support again, 64 and lower. Next, natural gas. Remember, this is developing this head and shoulder top, and it's a complex head and shoulders. You got double shoulders on the left. You got double shoulders on the right. You might even have a triple, which I don't even remember the last time I saw triple shoulders. But all the body parts are there, plus a little extra. And it is working. So this little rally that we've got going at the moment, I don't expect to see much more. I don't expect to see it last any significant amount of time. And I do expect it to start to challenge the support level at 319-ish and break it. I'm looking for eventually 1.1 on the downside. Next, minor new lows in the heating oil. Yesterday, we almost had a bearish engulfing. Not quite. And it dropped off a little bit more today. The close looks like it's actually slightly higher, but barely. And we did have a new low for a little over a week. I'm looking for lower levels. I'm looking for 2.3 and very possibly, how come my crosshair cursor disappeared? That's not nice. Probably about, 2.22. Also, gold dripped off a little bit. We are between a rock and a hard spot. No pun intended, gold, rock. But anyway, I think it's starting to come down to support at 32.50, 45, 40, 32.40, maybe even 33, 32.33. Period. We'll see if that holds. If that holds, then we've got more of a break. Dropping down now on silver after getting up pretty high, way overbought. Even today's high was in the overbought territory, barely. So, overbought conditions usually lead to a dip. Now, here we have a little support, just a little bit under the market at 37.72. But, that's so close, and we've just started to slip. I think it's going to be broken easily, and we're probably going to come down to 36.13, and maybe even lower. What about platinum? Well, yesterday was a doji, but a very bad close, a lot lower. And we see a little bit more weakness here. The high is that resistance. It only lasted 2 days above the old resistance. I think we're going to slip some more here. I can't come up with a very good number close by at the moment. Copper, still holding above this support level. And now it's been 5 full days since that tariff pop that happened on July 8th. I believe it was because of tariff talk that involved copper. So I don't care really one way or the other what happened. The rally was very sharp and big. It got above resistance. Resistance is now support, and support is holding. That's what I like. So I think support might get broken, and we'll have one big dip back down. But this looks like a bull market. And whether we're going to have a little dip or not, I'm looking for higher highs in a short while. We've got grain, soybeans. Nothing here that causes me to get bullish at the moment. Poor close, doji. We're holding at support. Yeah, big deal. We got so many problems above that it has to go through a lot of rallying to be anything bullish long term. This looks like it could be going back and forth in this range for, I don't know, a long time maybe. Bottoms around 975-ish. Tops 1075. Next chart. Soybean oil is progressing in a head and shoulder bottom exactly correctly. Our initial gap upside breakout classic June 16th. Retracement to the neckline, support closing part of an old gap. June 26th, the low. No violation of any rule. Tried to make a new high, couldn't quite do it. Dribbled back a little bit for a few days. That was late last week. And now we're starting to see it almost make a secondary highest high. Right now it's the third highest high and real close. So I'm looking for higher highs. I'm looking for new high for the trend. This upside objective on this large pattern is 62.5. We're at 54.50. A lot of elbow room left. Next. Wheat. Oh my God. Soybean meal, sorry. Kind of looks like wheat. Wheat's about to do the same thing. New low close. Bearish, oversold. Could bounce at any time. No sign the bounce is starting, but I wouldn't go short down here. Next. A little bit of a bounce in corn, but I stress a little bit. No reversals, not even oversold on yesterday's low, very close. What can we get? Gap closure, 417.25. My first objective. Second, maybe 423, and then down. There's no change in trend here. Next, wheat. Oh yeah, almost a new low. For a couple of months plus. Probably going to make those new lows. And that's going to challenge 522. Below 522, you've got new lows for years and years and years. Still bearish. Don't see anything good about a bottom here. Can't help it. Pardon me. Nothing yet. And my four stocks. Shell dropping off. Between a rock and a hard spot, looking for a test of the support level. Again, yep, something in this yellow zone, or at least coming down to it. Nothing happening of any consequence in Apple today. Rally didn't go anywhere. The dip down didn't do anything. Probably looking for a little bit of a break. We did have an ER sell signal official, and it's still the high on July 7th. So I'm looking for it to make minor new lows below 207.20-ish. I'm probably going to come down to 198, 195. Next, Tesla, a little bit of a dip. Looking for a move down to 291, maybe even a little lower. And NVIDIA. Wow. This is a classic potential exhaustion gap. This kind of activity looks super bullish to people who don't read charts. I've been doing it for over half a century. All we need now is it for it to start to close lower. It could make a new high and close lower tomorrow. It could have a bearish engulfing. I'd love that because that would be an exhaustion gap to the upside and an ER bearish engulfing red sell signal. It could open below today's lows and have an island top, which is a very bearish formation. There's a variety of reasons to believe this is about to top out, and today's the day. Maybe a little higher tomorrow, early, and then kaboom. Very overbought at 85. Back to the E-mini. You heard me earlier. I think today was the beginning of a break in the stock indexes. You have a great day and profitable trading to you.